frightens me by people who call themselves objectivists or people who follow Ayn Rand or Rind or whatever, because they don't use their fucking brains. Now, obviously, as I was telling her, when you're born, I do believe everyone, when they're born at birth, is exactly equal in terms of their humanity. In terms of humanity, we are all born equal. However, as I said to her, we're born into unequal circumstances. You know, some people are born very wealthy. Some people are born very poor. Some people were born white, black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, depending on what country you're living in. That could be a plus or negative, any of those races. So it just depends on your particular circumstances, whether or not you have equal footing when you're starting out. And very few people have equal footing when they're starting out. That's true. But we are all born equal, and I believe that in my soul. I don't believe one man, one woman, gay, straight, lesbian, bi, transgender, you know, heterosexual, whatever, Christian, Buddhist, atheist, whatever, is better than another person just because they are something else. They're not. Humanity is humanity. And then she said also, what else did she say? Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I want to say about that. I wanted to say that because it was very important that you don't allow people to act as if the gay rights movement is somehow a ruse to get more power. Of course we want power, and we want to be able to wield the power that we've created all of these years, because we were powerless for millennia. You know, we were powerless for a very, very long time. We had no power at all, just like African Americans were powerless in this country anyway, for many, many, many hundreds of years. And we want to have equality, and meaning the same rights and the same type of representation. So I think the next thing for us in terms of our agenda, which I don't think is changing generally, but as she was trying to say, but our next phase, as I said on my previous show, obviously looking at transgender rights, things like that, but also just looking at being treated equal in society in terms of our representation in society, our representation in government, our representation in corporations, our representation in schools and in education, in every facet of the American fabric. We need to be represented in it. And in order for us to do that, we have to use the power that we have obtained throughout, you know, years and many hundreds of years of wanting to fight for it, and the last 50 years specifically fighting for gay rights, wield that power to create an equal playing ground, as equal as we can. We don't have to be overrepresented. You know, if let's say that there's 20% of the population in America is gay. If 20% of the population is gay, they say like 10, right? And there's like, say, 5, usually 5 to 10. It's probably more like 20. But anyway, GLBT, let's include all of those people. GLBT, let's say 20% of the population is GLBT to some extent. And if that's the case, we should have approximately 20% of people in government, 20% of people as teachers and lawyers and doctors or whatever. The same for black people, the same for Hispanic people, the same for immigrants, whatever. These people, it's all about fucking equality. So equality is not a very difficult, I don't know, it's not a difficult concept for me to grasp. You know what the equal sign looks like? I mean, you know what it stands for? That's equality. You know, A equals A, or B equals B, or C equals A, or A equals B, or whatever. They all are equal to one another. So I don't understand people who think the way she does and act as if it's some sort of impossible dream to have. It's no more impossible than her ridiculous objectivism and her ridiculousness about how she wants everyone to allow the free market, as she put it, to just take care of itself. You know, that's a very old school way of thinking. I mean, 1957, that's when Atlas Shrugged was written, I think. So, I mean, that's a very old way of thinking, outmoded and proven to be wrong. That's why we have poverty. We have a bazillion other issues in this country and around the world, and especially in situations that just does not work and never will. So that's my little political spiel for tonight. I don't think I want to talk about anything else. I think I'm done. So I'll be back on Tuesday with the next show. I'll be back with a couple guys. We're going to talk about a few gay issues, back with a normal gay mass show. So I hope to see you and hear from you then. Thanks for listening. Good night.